Hello guys and welcome to the Armageddon. I'm your host Alucard. I'm so excited guys, this is my first video and I'll try and keep it as brief as I can. I just want to give you guys a little bit of an introduction to myself because I've tried to think of a way to introduce you guys to my channel, so I thought a good introduction should do fine. So I've decided to basically try and make YouTube a career. So I've watched YouTube for, many years, and especially gaming. I absolutely love gaming. And I just watch all these other YouTubers manage to make a career out of it. So I'd like very much to, give it a try myself. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a backstory, and kind of the reason that pushed me to this point to possibly give YouTube a go ahead and try for it. So, quite a few years ago, I used to have a really good job. I used to do asbestos and lead removal. Made really good money, and I did that for 4 years. And my first 2-3 years, a lot of money. I'm talking about good money. And I was making good money, so I decided, well, I'd like to build credit. And so I got me a brand new car, credit cards, loan payments, stuff like that. I was making good money, so it didn't really matter. Really wanted to build some credit, for later on. Suffice it to say, my last year in it wasn't too good. See, with asbestos, I was in a union, and you would be sent from job to job. Well, it got to a point where I was doing more unemployment than actual working. So I ended up leaving that, and took me a year and a half before I got another job. And my parents had to help me out with bills. I had a little bit saved up in the bank, but not a lot. Very hard on me. I finally, after a year and a half, I got another job in retail, and that was I worked for Rural King. And at first I liked it, and it wasn't too bad, but further I got into it, it became a really bad job. Like, I don't want to go into too many details, but I ended up basically working there for almost 2 years. I ended up actually becoming receiving department manager, but we ended up getting like a new manager, and I was being harassed, and it just wasn't a good experience for me. Now, I should mention that because of my bill situation, I picked up a second job. I'm still working there as well, Dollar General. So not only was I working a full-time job at 40 hours a week, I was working a part-time job at 20 plus hours a week. So between the two jobs, I was doing 60 plus hours a week, and not really seeing a whole lot of money for that. I mean, pay my bills and stuff, scraping by. It's just no way to live. So almost 2 years worth at Rural King, I ended up leaving them to pursue another job, a little bit better money. Hopefully I wasn't going to get harassed, and so I left Rural King, and I went there. It was I worked at a college for janitorial stuff. So, still doing full-time job plus part-time job, but, hey, better money, possibly being a little bit happier. Well, I ended up leaving that job, unfortunately, not too long ago. I'll be honest with you guys, I ended up getting fired, which freaking sucks, man, because yeah, like I've never been fired in my whole life. And people, say, "Oh, well, that's nothing big," Thing is, I was in union, so in my 4 years in the union, I had went through between 100 to 200 job sites. I don't know the exact number, but never gotten fired. And I ended up getting fired from this other job just because I basically spoke up for everybody. Because the manager there was being, well, supervisor, I should say, was being, well, let's just say they were doing stuff illegally and people were disappearing, fired. But anyway, I don't want to go into too much details. Don't want to bore you guys. I'm just trying to get you guys to understand where I'm coming from. So anyway, got fired there. Right now, I still work at my part-time job. It's not many hours. It's 17 to 20 hours a week. And I'm drawing partial unemployment. So that's where I'm at right now. So money's very tight, but I got to thinking, the whole time between my jobs, even the part-time one, I realized I'm not very happy. And to me, you should be able to be happy at the job you do. And I've been watching Let's Players like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie for a long time, and it just looks like fun. I'd love to make that type of content a career because I love playing games anyway, and it looks fun. So I got to thinking about that, and I basically decided while I'm drawing unemployment and working part-time, I'm going to take a risk, and I'm going to try and make YouTube a career. Now, some people say I'm stupid, and you know what? That's fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions. And, the thing is, I have a little bit of a philosophy, and maybe once I tell you that, you'll see why taking a chance isn't necessarily a bad thing. So, my philosophy is this. It's pretty simple. There's two parts, or two sides, if you will. Okay, say you're a religious person, very religious. You believe in God, maybe God's, whatever. Or maybe you just believe there is something after death. That's fine. To each their own. So, if you're religious, or most religions, I should say, have a version of heaven and hell, right? Well, keep that in mind. The other side to it is, say you're not religious at all. You believe there is absolutely nothing after death, right? Now, what do these two have in common? The thing they have in common is that on this earth, there's only a very short amount of time. Now, say you're religious, whatever, you end up dying. Now, if you're religious, that means that you may not end up going to heaven. You may go to hell, right? On the other side of things, if you don't believe in anything, you're just dead. So, the time you have on this earth is very short and very important because of those two sides. And if you think about it, we're not on the earth very long. You could be gone tomorrow. You could be gone in, when you're 30, 40. You never know. If we want to take it to the very extreme of the scale, let's say you're lucky enough to be 100 years old when you die. Even at that, you've spent a good portion of your life already growing up, right? Say 18, 20 years, that's a good chunk. So, even if you die at 100, really, if you think of it in the big scheme of things, that's not very long at all. So, that's my philosophy, and that's why I'm going to take a chance on YouTube. I'm tired of just working my butt off and not seeing much for it. I don't make much money. I'm very unhappy. So, I think in this time of my life, I need to take a chance. And I hope that I can build a community here on YouTube of good people, good content, and a good community. Like, I want to build a community that isn't, I know you guys heard this a lot, but that isn't toxic. I want to build a strong community, because here's the thing. Now, there is a ton of gamers now these days, way more than was in the past, but to a certain extent, I do believe that we are a minority a little bit. There will be people that never understand why people waste their time in games. Well, people have their reasons. Some people just want to escape real life and, you know, kind of fantasize. Other people just enjoy it. Either way, because that we're a little bit of a minority, as a community, we should stay strong together. And that's why I hope to build a strong community. Now, I'm just getting started, and I hope you guys will find my content interesting. It's going to be a little bit of a slow start because money's tight, very tight for me. I have a Patreon set up. I have a PayPal set up. That is going to be in the About tab on my channel. If you guys want to help me out, I would be so grateful. You have no idea. But as I said, it's going to be a little bit of a slow process. I'm going to have to learn to edit. I'm in the process of learning that, so my content or my videos aren't going to be super great at first. I'm going to work my butt off to try and give you guys quality content. I'll be posting another video with specific goals that I'm trying to set forth at this time and day. So I know this is a little long, but I really want to give you guys a little, or at least a little bit of a feel for what I'm trying to go for. I mean, I love YouTube in general. It's become my TV. I don't really watch TV. I watch movies and stuff, yes, but when I come home after work, the way I like to lost aim and just relax is watch some YouTube. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys look forward to the content I will be bringing you in the future. And let us grow as a community. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Thank you very much.